Carlos, what was your biggest takeaway from tonight's game?
We didn't play well. And pitch well, didn't make a couple of plays behind our pitching staff. It's just sloppy.
What stood out about Tong's performance specifically?
Having a hard time throwing strikes. That's what he starts. His ability to get strike one is below average today. And then deep count, 3-ball counts. Again, we don't make a couple of plays behind him and cost him. But I think it's just, like I said before the game, his ability to compete in the strike zone. And right now he's not doing that.
What's been the biggest challenge for Vientos kind of putting together a consistent defensive performance?
Yeah, I mean, he's been on and off. Like, there's been stretches where you see him playing well defensively, and then a couple of plays tonight are routine plays, I think it's just some inconsistency there at times.
Carlos, you look at the difficulty of this road trip. West Coast winning a couple of good teams. How worried are you about this getting away from you here?
I mean, I'm not going to worry about who we're playing, whether they're good or not. We control what we can control, right? And tomorrow we got a quick turnaround, and we got to come back and try to establish a series here. So I'm not going to get ahead of myself here, So our job is to come back tomorrow and win a game.
You mentioned those plays to the right side being routine plays. What is just the frustration level that we're now 60-plus games into this season, and those are still not being made?
Yeah, I mean, the one of Vientos. Marcus is making a tough play there, and then he kind of rushed the throw, but he was more like the one at first base. I mean, there's been stretches where we've been playing well defensively, and then there's been stretches where we're making errors on routine plays. So,
how would you assess Mark's year at the plate as well overall?
Inconsistent, especially against righties. He's having a hard time against righties. When you look at the numbers, he's been pretty good against lefties, but righties are giving him a hard time.
Carlos, is this just getting to be too big of a hole to climb out of?
I don't think so, but I mean, we got to start playing better. That's the bottom line. So, I mean, until we start putting together we're playing consistent baseball. That's the only way to get out of it.
Jonah, how would you assess your outing tonight?
Yeah, strong first little inning, and then felt like I found my delivery and my stuff towards the end. Obviously, it just boils down to that second and third up. I just got to do a better job.
Cutter had been so good until that one too. Pareda, did you just miss with the location there?
Yeah, it's part of it is just going to be you're going to have some really good ones, and you're just going to have one that gets away from you. And unfortunately, it had to be that one. But again, I got to do a better job with that pitch, and that's plain and simple there.
Jonah, I think you ended up playing about 27 pitches or so in that third inning. How difficult was that to navigate?
You just gotta calm yourself down after that. There's a lot of pitches thrown a couple times throughout that inning, and you just gotta find your way to settle down after. And just gotta find a way. Right at the end of the day, that's out of my control in a lot of cases, and it's a reality that we're in. So I just gotta find a way.
How difficult is that when you don't really get a huge breather the next inning with some quick ones, 3 and out from the lineup?
Yeah, just got to find a way. I think when you think it's as plain and simple as that, I've had moments in the past where it's been like that, and I've had things I can rely on. So that's why I just didn't went back to that.
What is the key in general to just being a little more efficient?
Yeah, I obviously didn't have my fastball command for most of the game. So moving forward, that's definitely going to be the thing I'll focus on for the next few games, weeks, and just getting that dialed back in, and then I'm more than confident rebound rate out of it really nicely.
Mark, you started the game with a couple of good defensive plays. Can you just take us through that error?
Just jumped up and missed it.
Second ball in the fifth, Mark, that bouncing one that just sort of beat you up a little bit.
Yeah, that one took a bad hop. And thought I put a good glove on it, and just, like I said, it took a bad hop.
How would you evaluate how you've played defensively this season?
Pretty good. Feel like I've done a pretty good job over there. Been working. Feel like I've been doing pretty good.
From a team perspective, how troubling is it to you that it seems like it's one step forward and one step back? You have the good homestand and come out here and lose a couple of games to start this road trip?
I think that's just baseball. I think baseball, especially right now, there's so much talent. There's so many good teams, and you could sweep a team and then you could get swept. But, I mean, our job is to prevent that as much as possible and just get on a hot streak and stay hot. I mean, like I said, it's tough. We're all working. We're all pushing. From the coaching staff to all the players, I mean, we've been pushing. So,
Mark, what you're capable of on offense, do you feel like this year is frustrating for what you've been able to do at the plate?
yeah, I mean, I gotta give myself a little bit of props because last month just a lot of bad luck. But I mean, the inconsistency is not something that I want. I'm pushing for better results, working with the coaches, and trying my best to be the best version of myself right now. I mean, it's not happening, but I'm working for it for sure.